Hey yo, what is up everybody? It is the King Hitman here. We got another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle coverage video. So this time around, we're talking global, alright? Global schedule is been very weird the past couple of weeks. I mean, the only thing that was written in stone that we knew about since, like, I guess you could argue the end of the worldwide campaign would be that this Super Dragon Ball Heroes content was gonna hit global and JP. That was never a question in my mind. Now, with that being said, we're gonna get into it. Heroes is starting to get to that sort of end point, right? And they always cross Heroes over with another major celebration on global, and with that major celebration being Vegeta and Trunks' celebration, like the initiation of that, we are getting the EZAs for two of the most hype units like we've ever waited on for their level 140 awakenings. But we've known what they've done for a while now, right? They are pretty good, being TEQ Vegito Blue and STR Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black. These guys, they're in a weird spot. So TEQ Vegito Blue, he can do those insane, ridiculous offensive numbers. His defense kind of concerns me. Like, I don't really know that I trust his defense to be, to uphold itself on any given turn. So I guess that's the best way for me to put it. I don't like the fact that he has to build up the way he is. I'm not unimpressed by him, but I do not think he's better than, say, Namek Goku. There's a couple of EZAs. He's like, in my opinion, I wouldn't even say that he's like a top 5 EZA. I want to show Extreme Z Awaken. Will it show everybody? Perfect, exactly. All right, cool. So off the top of my head, of course, STR Cooler is still like the king of TURs. He's just the king of EZA level 140 TURs. Namek Goku is above TEQ Vegito Blue in my opinion. I don't know that I'd say Int Bardock is, but I gotta look at Vegito a bit more, alright? So I wouldn't be opposed to either or, but I gotta look at Vegito a bit more. We got a couple other options you could argue. Some people feel AGL Metal Cooler is better than him. Would I say that? Oof, man, I think I would, really, just because that LR Cooler team, or if you run Physical Metal Cooler, I know it gets weird with that, him and AGL being on the same team, but I do it, it works. It's not the worst thing in the world. It's not that bad. But yeah, there are a lot of TURs that are close together right now. The EZA TURs are pretty bunched up. After STR Cooler being the unanimous #1, and nobody really agrees on an order, so let me not criticize Vegito Blue too much, but defense 150, he gets 50% defense when he attacks. He gets 2 additional attacks, each of which has a 30% chance to become a super attack. You guys know his offensive potency was always ridiculous. Attack 20% with each attack performed up to 200%. He gets 3 key and a medium chance to crit within the same turn after he has received an attack. His link set is an issue right now because Over in a Flash is really not as prominent as it used to be for like the first 5-6 years of the game. It is nowhere near as prominent as it used to be. Look at the LRs that have Over in a Flash. This is not that many units. Like, it's really a low amount of units that would be, paired up with Vegito Blue that are just LRs. Now for the TURs, if you go through this right now, I mean, who do you really feel like running him with at the end of 2022 going into 2023 on global? Like, what are your options? I suppose, I don't even know, man. It's not that there's nothing here. It's just, it's not as many options. Over in a Flash used to be one of the more prominent links in the game, especially for Saiyans and especially for fusion type units, but the 7-year LRs did not receive Over in a Flash, so that's part of the issue he has. He never had Prepare for Battle. I always hated that about him. I despise that about TEQ Vegito Blue. That's why I like Physical's link set better. But then let's get into the other half. This guy I'm more favorable towards. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I like him a lot. I think he's very, very good on paper. I think he can have issues in battle, for sure. He has 2 different levels to his kit. So, well, for that matter, Vegito Blue does too, right? There are going to be turns you get 1 super and like 3 normals, and then turns you get all 4 supers or 3 supers, each of which is a crit, and then a normal that does a crit. He's just like that. He's one of those cards, right? However, my thing with Rose here is super attack, greatly raises defense for 1 turn, immense damage, extreme class allies 30% attack for 1 turn. He gets that buff, that attack and defense 50% after he delivers the final blow, and it's an in-turn buff if you don't know. So his additional boost when calculating that final blow is calculated separately. He will get 350% attack and defense for the rest of the battle, along with becoming super effective against all types if he KOs an enemy. In difficult content, if he doesn't get that to trigger, he's not really somebody I'd trust. Like, yeah, you could take him in the SBR for sure, Super Battle Road, because in SBR, his debuff here is going to be very prominent, so that's basically an item. In red zone, I mean, if you don't kill like that first or second phase with this guy, that's completely RNG. Like, walking into that fight, you can't bank on the fact that he's gonna get it. You can't put money on it. So let's say you're fighting AGL, bro, which, I mean, that's not even fair to ask of this guy because he's STR. Let's say you're fighting Red Zone Cooler. I don't know. I'm trying to think of something right now. Final Form Frieza's Red Zone stage. All right, a long event. There are a lot of phases. It's going to be one of those things where if you don't get the KO early, you're going to start panicking to try to get the KO. And then you might mess around and be like, okay, let me just mess with my rotation this one time. Or like, I got to keep assuming that my units are going to line it up so that Frieza is just weak enough for Rose to get this final blow. And if he doesn't get it, eventually he's going to take ridiculous damage and his output is not going to be what you need it to be. No, he gives Extreme Class Allies 3 key 50% and Realm of Gods Extreme Class Allies get 50% attack. He gives the Extreme Class 50% defense, Realm of Gods 50% attack. His kit is something I like. I was really excited for his EZA because he always had such a nice link set, man. And his categories, he's on these bummy teams like Corroded Body and Mind and Worldwide Chaos. He is on Inhuman Deeds, which to this day, it's weird. It's getting weird. It's getting really weird that Inhuman Deeds does not have a Dokkan Fest leader. I mean, who would even lead it at this point? I suppose a Goku Black type unit could do it, right? That wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. But it's baby. Like, if it's not going to be a Dokkan Fest baby unit, there's no other unit, like, off the top of my head on the horizon that would make perfect sense for JP to announce as the next TUR Dokkan Fest. Right now, we're entering, Inti Yamcha, who's overwhelming. Inti Yamcha looks very good in his best situations. I got to see him in difficult content. But yeah, EZA Rose here. Two different units. You got one before he gets the killing blow and one after he gets the killing blow. I don't want to overrate him or TEQ Vegito Blue. Who do I think is better? I'm going to say TEQ Vegito Blue because both of them... I can't pick. I have to see them in action a little bit more, man. I'm going off my memory right now, so I got to see them in action a little bit more. That makes me feel like I should do an EZA showcase of these guys before they touch down on Global. But I got both of them with dupes in them, so we'll see. Hey, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. You guys know I enjoyed covering this for you guys. Just making sure you guys know that they are dropping in about 5.5 days. That this Eastern Standard Time, they're dropping that Monday, so keep your eye on that. Make sure you guys get ready for them. Their Extreme Z battle is week to Future Saga, so make sure you get your 30 stones. Your future team is going to be ready. If you pulled into Vegeta and Trunks, dog, you're going to be all right. Yeah, listen, I didn't pull for them yet, much less pull them at all, but if I pull them, I know I'm going to walk through it. Even if you didn't pull them, TEQ Trunks as your leader is going to be fine. You run one TEQ Trunks and the other one being Vegeta, LR Vegeta and Trunks, and then you fill the rest of the team out. Trust me, you guys will be fine. I am not at all worried about it. Yeah, I guess that's all I got for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. What would I build as a team? Matter of fact, I want to do this before I wrap the video up. So TEQ Trunks would be my leader right now. Vegeta and Trunks would be the other leader. I would probably bring STR Vegito Blue's EZA, even though he doesn't have type advantage against either of them. I would probably bring him. You could do... I don't want to bring AGL Future Trunks. This AGL Trunks right here, the Dokkan Fest, he was so good when he came out, bro. Like, his base form was so crazy. He is one of the fastest drop-offs I've ever seen of a unit. Very, very weird how... Well, it's not weird. We know what it was. Red Zone. Red Zone tipped the scale so fast, and this guy, he couldn't keep up the same way. But if I built a team... I'd probably bring Physical Vegito Blue for the counters instead of STR Vegito Blue. Maybe I'd bring both. Who knows? I can't think of this on the spot. Really, I'd have to look at my box. I would bring this tech Trunks because he does get his buff versus multiple enemies. What is the extra defense? Let's see. He gets, yeah, defense 160 and then a medium chance of guarding versus 2 or more enemies. So you're going to get that active the entire EZA pretty much. Yeah, this team is, wow, Future Saga really needs to keep going with the buffs. And they got to do it while their hand is hot too. You know, while Vegeta and Trunks is still a top 5 unit in the game, top 3 unit in the game, you got to keep doing that. You got to, you know, you got Merges and Masu here. You got this AGL Goku Black, who is a decent unit too. Like I said, STR Rose, he's good. It's just, he's situational. And part of that situational thing is his extreme class Realm of Gods needs to keep getting buffed, right? So that includes more Future Saga buffs on the way for that Future Trunks art from Super. I'm gonna leave it at that. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is the Young King Hitman. I tried to team build for you guys and it went terribly. So don't take my advice, but I am off this.